Hey everybody, and welcome to the Kryptonite Show. Hope you guys are doing well up there. Now, I'm just testing out new software, so let me know how it goes in the chat there, and that everything is running pretty smooth. And of course, we're going to this is the intermediary upgrade of the new format. So get in there, folks, and yeah, say hello. Any feedback, welcome. Audio, visuals, everything like that. That'd be pretty cool. It's looking like it's showing up okay on my screen. So just let me know if the audio is good and everything is rendering really well. This is sort of the intermediary step before the final format. So let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoying it out there for sure. Let us know. And yeah, let's have a lot of fun here as well. Now, we're going to get into the stock market setup. And so let's go for the gold on that one. So it looks like the stock market pulling back again today. So this is Tuesday's results. And we can see that the S&P 500 has fallen again, and consumer confidence has stoked some worries there. So remember, consumer confidence, remember the US economy is about two-thirds consumption. So if confidence is getting a bit waning, it means people are less likely to spend. That's kind of the logic there. So let's see where we're going here. We've got Dow Jones is up 3,700%, 160 points. Remember, that's the Dow Jones is the top 30 industrials, so that's sitting at 43,621. So it was a good day for those pretty staple companies. The S&P 500 though down almost 0.5%, 28 points, 5,955, and the Nasdaq with all the tech companies in it is down 1.35%, down 260 points. Now remember, tomorrow at the end of Wednesday, US time, we're expected to see Nvidia do its returns, and you guys know. AI is the big trend, right? AI is what everyone is excited about. So there is literally trillions of dollars being invested in directly and indirectly through the electricity grid. So it's a big, big deal. We saw Apple, talk about investing 500 billion. We've seen other consortiums talk about up to 500 billion as well. So it's definitely a trillion plus industry of investment right now. So that is kind of the big pecking order. Just compare that to the US economy, about 27 trillion. The US government budget around 7 trillion. US debt, what was it, about 36 trillion at the moment. Just to give you some ideas about that. We got some people in the chat there. Good to see. Let's go to the comments here. We got Brian in the house. They got a Brian. What's up, folks? Glad to see you. Hedgehog as well. Good to see you also. Woo-hoo-hoo. Getting excited there. I love that picture there with the green hair. That's pretty spacey. And we got Wookie in the house as well. What a beautiful day to be in crypto, indeed. Yeah, it seems that way. So that is where we are at the moment. US dollar is at down 0.3% at 106.2, which is been reasonably strengthened under Trump so far. Although Trump is shaking things up, and we've seen that in the markets, right, as well. Crude oil at the moment, $69, gone below $70 on crude oil, West Texas. And even though it's up slightly at the moment, it is actually under $70. Crazy, and that's going to benefit consumers as lower energy inputs, right? So that should be good. Hopefully, by the time you get to US driving season in a few months' time in summer, you'll have much cheaper petrol prices at the pump. That's kind of the idea there. Maybe Saudi produces more, maybe just a lot more producing from the United States. We've got natural gas there down 0.6%. Brent oil there down 2%, $1.60 at $72.70. So nice little pullbacks there in the oil price. Now we've got gold at the moment, 2,930, hasn't cracked 3,000 yet, but boy, is it getting pretty close. If we look at the chart, let's go look at the monthly chart here. You can see it's getting pretty close. My goodness, got up to what, 29.70. Silver at the moment, $32. And of course, we're expecting some big things for silver as well moving ahead. Like I say, consumer confidence deteriorated for the third straight month in February, according to a survey from the Conference Board. And this latest sign that American households are fretting over the effect of tariffs inflation. Well, this is just the title that these guys have put on there. I'm not sure too many people were worried about tariffs. Inflation for sure. That's probably the place. Tariffs is something more normally the people in the news cycle or something care about. On the path ahead of the wider economy, Conference Board said its consumer confidence index fell 98.3 this month, down from an upwardly revised mark of 105.3 in January. Was the biggest monthly decline since August 2021. Economists had predicted a reading of 102. The data added concerns the economy following a string of weaker data, including softer retail sales and Michigan consumer sentiment readings. Now, a lot of this stuff is following on from the Biden era. So it's got to give a chance for Trump to turn this all around. He's only been in power for about 4 weeks. They're putting in progress there. The other interesting thing is Trump's got obviously his first cabinet meeting coming up. Elon Musk going to be attending that, so that's going to be pretty bullish as well. Moving as one unit, man. This is the dream team inside Trump's cabinet, and they're going to do some remarkable things. So there's no Sleepy Joe at the driving wheel. This is President Trump, man of action, and he's got pretty much a cabinet of superstars there. We're going to get some some amazing things happening there. Nvidia fell more than 1%, adding to its losses from a day earlier, which was about 3 or 4%, if I remember rightly. Sentiment dipping on chip stocks. Remember, this is a big deal. I think we probably need a pretty decent result there from Nvidia, at least at expectations, because it's such a big value of the stock market, and we don't really want to see a cascade failure in the stock market because that will affect crypto. That's kind of where we are at the moment. This is a big deal. So this is after Wednesday. This is a big deal. I can't say that enough. So let's hope for, fingers crossed, that they come in with the good results. I think some people are expecting good results. Other people are fudding the market, particularly around the AI there. So we shall see. All right, so that's kind of where we are at the moment on that. Let's see how it comes in. Like I say, if we get some good results, we could have a strong Thursday, Friday leading into the weekend. So that's what we want to have rather than more negativity. If we get a bad result, this whole week could be a bit of a bloodbath in the stock market and crypto continuing. So we don't really want that. So let's see how we go. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, $89,000, broke 92. You guys know 92 was a very fundamental number. We're down 3.78% at the moment. So we have lost that support. So where do we go from here? Question mark. And like I say, we probably do need some good results there out from NVIDIA after the close of the bell Wednesday, US time. So dominance there, 58.87, dropped a little bit from yesterday. It was yesterday, it rebounded like 59 point something. Ethereum there at 2,500, pretty flat at the moment. So it's good to see Ethereum stop bleeding out like yesterday. We're seeing some green in the market. Yay, yay, yay. Good old crypto there. We've got Solana up 2%, $145. BNB up 2% at $626. We got ADA up just over 0.5% at 69 cents. And DOT making quite a decent move there, up 6% there. Litecoin up 1%, $115. Tron down 4.25%. Remember, Tron, I think yesterday was actually green, wasn't it? But that's down today. And XRP up 2.65% at $2.34. So those are some of our leaders, and mostly not too bad. Bitcoin's the weaker one there, but everything else looking not too bad at the moment. So fingers crossed. Now, looking at Bitcoin, we can see that we're all the way up here. This is the hourly chart on Coinbase. We're all the way up here at $95,950. And then we've come all the way down. Can you believe it? Down. It is on hourly. Down to 85,900, which is pretty brutal, right? That's pretty brutal, let's be frank. And now we're back up to 88, almost 89K. So let's hopefully we can get back over 92K. It's really important. Let's go have a look at the daily and see how we are faring on the daily with Bitcoin, because that 92K mark, very, very important. Let's reset the chart as well and have a look at that. So, this yellow line is the 50-day moving average, and that's currently at $97,100. Remember, it got almost to 99,000 at the top of that move. And back here, we were like, 1st of February, we were pretty much at 99,000 on the 50-day moving average. It started to cool down now, signaling a downward chart there. And we got the 200-day at $85,662. So we're not quite, we're probably about 60% of the way down there, and we're at 88,900. So we have touched, look at us bounce. We have bounced off the 200-day. So that's pretty interesting. We haven't closed this candle yet. A close of this candle, I would like to see it, move a bit higher here. But man, I think we've only got about 50 minutes, if I remember rightly, on this candle for my candle at least. So definitely, you'd probably want to close over 92. But if tomorrow we can bounce off, maybe we bounce off today, then we bounce off 85,800 on the 200-day moving average, and then we can get back over tomorrow. We can get back over 92K. That would be something. So get back on track. But that 92K has been a pretty good support, as you guys can see, particularly back here. We have previously breached 89K, so it'd be nice to get above that. But previously, we'd been over 92K most of the time. Look, all these support lines it bounced off 92K. So at the moment, we're bouncing off the 200-day moving average. I guess that's our next natural order to bounce off. So let's see, hopefully we bounce off that and get back over that previous support into 92K land. And then we're back. We're still back on track there. But you can see we had a bit of a rollover, haven't we? We had this peak out on the 7th of December. We had this peak here on the 20th of January. And we're kind of rolling over a little bit there. And kind of anti-intuitive, right? Because we're in February, right? Which is typically one of the greenest 2 months of the year. But, Trump's come in. And we got volatility around tariffs and trade. He's renegotiating everything, restructuring the world order, returning the West to power and to strength. And so that's going to be a bit of a shakeup. And it's just what it is. It's the timing. It's just unfortunate relative to that. Now let's see where we're going here. Now we've still got, I think, big news coming around strategic Bitcoin reserve and stuff like that from Trump. So I think there's quite a lot of bullish news still to come out from the White House about that. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. Now, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the moment. Bitcoin at the moment. Let's have a look at that. So we got the February is down negative 13.22%. So we're definitely not finishing February green at this stage, unless we have a miraculous Thursday, Friday. That's the 27th, 28th. So let's say hopefully we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We get some green candles. It'd be pretty decent. We can do that in crypto though. So maybe NVIDIA is a really good result, and the rest of the crypto starts getting some good news, and we're up and away there. So let's see how that goes. Negative 13% down at the moment. Can you believe it? That would be our third red month if we close this negative. So there we go. Obviously, February has been recently very good over the last 4 years. So hopefully we get that pickup in March and April. That also would fit our market cycle for 830 days to 870 days. And of course, that's where we're expecting at least our first peak in the market, actually. But I'm pretty bullish about crypto in 25, 26 under the Trump administration, particularly once this volatility shuts down a little bit there. So that's pretty cool. All right. So that's where we're leading there at the moment. Let's jump over to the SEC. And we did have news out of the SEC, which is probably going to be pretty favorable for Pulsechain. The SEC has dropped its investigation in DeFi protocol Uniswap. This is a good sign of things to come with the SEC. I think we can all agree. So that's going to be really, really good. The investigation, which began in April, claimed that Uniswap might be functioning as an unregistered broker. The Uniswap Labs CEO Hayden Adams stated that he looks forward to working with the SEC to establish DeFi rules. So that's very, very good. So far, everything is heading very, very well there. The SEC tried to claim that Uniswap Labs operated an unregistered broker, exchange and clearing agency, and issued an unregistered security. Those claims have now been dropped. So this is a really, really, really good sign. Adams claimed that the SEC pursued the investigation part as an arbitrary enforcement without providing clear regulations. So there we go. And this is really cool. Last week, the SEC agreed to drop its lawsuit against crypto exchange Coinbase, while NFT marketplace OpenSea reported that the agency ended its investigation following a Wells notice it received last year. So times have changed. Crypto is no longer being hunted down. Similarly, on Monday, Robinhood announced that the SEC had closed its investigation to crypto trading platform without taking any enforcement action, and the Uni token was up slightly. So good news. And what will this mean for Richard Hart and the SEC case against Pulsechain? We shall see, I'm sure, very soon. All right, so that leads us into Pulsechain. Let us know there. Get into the chat there, folks, and get your comments in. Get lively for sure. Now we're going to come into Pulsechain, and let's have a look at that. So this is currently the Magic Cup Ride balance at the moment. So we can see that we're down 33.25%. Wow, you got to have some diamond hands. Now, obviously, Richard entered, or whoever controls the Magic Up Ride, entered at a price of $3,773. We're now down at $2,518. So we're down $214.7 million at the moment, and the current Magic Cup Ride's worth $430 million. That being said, Richard Hart's been pretty active on his posts today on X. He's been posting out about all the down market at the moment. SBF tweets, he says, 13 hours ago. 12 hours ago, says, "Oh, look at a giant list of hacks I help people avoid." And this is what I said the other day about Richard Hart. I said that Richard, he's been pretty good with his price calls, but I think he's been even better with his market calls. And in fact, I don't think there's been anyone that I'm aware of even close to Richard Hart and his market calls. And of course, he really did that. People would listen to him people really did save him from every single wreck that we had. So I think it's pretty amazing. What was that in 2022? It was pretty incredible. So, oh, look, a giant list of hacks I help people avoid. You have you gave middleman your keys. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. Hacked, dumped by hacker, seized, dumped by government. Hacked, dumped by hacker, seized, dumped by government, dumped by team, dumped by everybody else, dumped by you. Stop giving middlemen your keys, not your keys, not your coins. And that's why we love that's why we love DeFi so much, right? And talking about that, we talked about the SEC dropping its Uniswap case, but of course, Uniswap is not real DeFi, right? They were blocking Richard Hart tokens just because of the SEC, and not cool, and not real DeFi, right? Real DeFi doesn't shut you down. And that's why Pulsechain is so damn good, right? Really, really cool. 11K and Pro. Yeah. That's one of his price calls there. All right. So question mark. Well, got pretty close. I got 15. Was it 15,700? 15. Was it 15,700? Something like that. So not too bad. Like I say, I think he's good at his price calls. But obviously, I think he's outstanding. In fact, alone, as far as I know, with his market calls. So pretty impressive there. All right, so let's have a look here. Richard, 12 hours ago, says, guess what? Crypto companies sell to pay fines. Governments sell it when it's seized. Hackers sell it. Miners sell it. If you want the price higher, you might want less of all things. They can't sell coins they don't have. So that's from Richard 12 hours ago. 10 hours ago, he says, Hex is designed better. Let's say you didn't want to mint new coins that you might be taxed on. You don't have to. Anyone in the world can run good accounting function on your expired stake. It prevents penalties and doesn't mint any coins. Unless you have a good reason to actually mint coins, like restaking and selling a white end stake and mint instead of good accounting. Notice how Hex has this genius feature. Notice how other staking things do not. It's just built better. Minting coins should be a choice. Deferral should be an option. Ethereum should learn from Hex. So that is Richard Hart there as well. 5 hours ago, markets are a circle. If prices suck, you might as well have a laugh. That's from Richard there. And did that's the last one there? No, he's got even more here. This is the last one. All right, I've been here since Bitcoin was 50 cents. I was born in the dip, molded by it. I didn't see green candles until I was already a man. By then, it was nothing to me but zeros. So that's from Richard Hart there. So Richard Hart posting out quite a few posts over the last 24 hours, and it's exciting to see that as well. Now we're going to get into the results for day 655 on the old Pulsechain. Brian says it was close. Yes, it was close. I think it was about 15,700 if I remember rightly. We got day 655. Pulse there is now at quadruple 0397. It is up 6.1%, so that's pretty good. Pulse X there is green, so Pulsechain's green. Richard's posting Pulsechain's green, not bad. Pulse X there, quadruple 0325, up 8% at 32% of the mean sacrifice price. And the buy and burn is at 1.28 trillion, 6.46% of the public supply has now been bought up and burned. Incentive token up 10.5%. Ratio has really jumped today. It's up at 54,000, so it's up about 2,000 Pulse, and we're at $2.14. And of course, with Pulse at 6%, that means that the ratio adjustment there is about 4.5 percentage points there. Now, what do we got there? The total supply on INC, 55 million. And you guys know one of the mechanisms that Richard's team has done is reduced the INC inflation by 20x. In other words, it's 5% of what it used to be. And therefore, we won't see very fast growth at all in the INC token. What sort of pumpermentals could be used to pump that in the future? There's a lot of different things you could do to really pump the INC and the rest of Pulsechain. This thing is going to have its day in the sun glorious, I imagine, once it all goes ahead. Now, at the moment, we've got Hex at the moment, 1.15 cents, up 9.7%. So it's the second best performer today behind INC. And EHEX there at 2800 of a penny. We've got the combined price of EHEX and PHEX at 1.3 cents. So not bad there. So green day on Pulsechain. Hooray, hooray. And of course, that does follow what we're seeing a little bit there with everything else except for Bitcoin at the moment. And maybe Tron. All right, so let's go to the gas prices. Yesterday, remember, we were up at some ridiculous over 10 million beats, wasn't it? Something like that. We're at 4.8 million beats at the moment, so still pretty elevated in price on Pulsechain. 7 cents for a Pulsechain swap. Gwei at the moment on Ethereum is 1 Gwei, and we're 13 times cheaper than that. But it's definitely more expensive on Pulsechain these days, which is a good sign of a more valuable chain. We've got 47,000 active validators, so that's a big jump today. We've definitely jumped. Yeah, we have jumped from 48,685. Is that a big jump? No, actually, we've gone down, have we? Okay, we've gone down. We've gone down. We've gone down about 1,000, actually, 47,000. I thought we were actually at 46, but we're actually down there. Bridge at the moment. Let's have a look at that. 110.5 million. So we're definitely up from yesterday. I think we were at 108 million yesterday. Looks like we're up about $2 million and back over 110 mil there. So that's a bit better for Pulsechain. Looking at the volume, 40.4 million. That's a big jump from yesterday. Yesterday we were around 30 or just under 30, maybe 28 something a million. Was it even lower? 25. It was definitely down there, but actually was it about 32 because we had a bit of volume, but it was all sell pressure. We're back up. We've got green charts and we're at 40.4 million. So that's a nice little rebound in volume. Total transactions 267,000, and this is we got it on trending 6 hours, which is the default for Dex Screener. And let's have a look at through some of the better performers. Obviously, we've got some of these. Remember the 5th. This is all part of some ecosystem where it burns all the coins, and there's multiple tokens there. People making mad reflections and all the rest of it. That is up 67% at the moment on that one. So yeah, we've got these little ecosystems being set up by people that really, making some mad gains there. So yep. What else we got going? Let's go to, we got Finvestor still doing really well, up $45. That thing has continued to perform. So I think these are all related to each other. Remember the 5th of December, Finvestor, and that's up 33% at the moment. I'm not sure if these are all from James Marie or somebody else, some other dev. Let us know in the chat if you guys are familiar. I think MV knows stuff about this. Up 28% on those. What else we got going there at the moment? Dominance is up 16%, $3.58. Let's see what else there is doing pretty well. PDC the Greys also continuing to perform, up 12%. Let's have a quick look at that. That's another reflection token, 5%, remember, and that is doing pretty well. Look at that chart. It's still doing very, very well in the midst of these market volatility. Did sell off on the ratio, dropped down to 17.7 Pulse. Been as high as about 22, 23. So definitely a nice little dip to pick up the old PDC from if you're bullish about that. One of the best charts on Pulsechain. The other ones, of course, is INC is up there, right? 11. We talked about that. INC doing well. BFF is doing well as well, up 11%. Hex, of course, in the mix there in the top 25, up 4.5%. So some nice little moves there. Moving further down, we've got SolidX there from Firewhale. That is, where did it go? We've got SolidX there from Firewhale. That is $12.12. Man, that looks quite cheap to get entry for SolidX now. Probably the cheapest we've seen, actually. But that is, we're still waiting for that crash game to launch from Eric from DragonX. That's 9% at the moment. Not sure what's happened there. Incognito up 9% there as well. What else is looking pretty good? The Pulsechain, of course, we talked about that. UpX is doing not bad. So those are some of the leaders there on the old Pulsechain. And what's the big news come from Pulsechain? So we've got green candles on Pulsechain. It couldn't be a better time if we continue green candles into the rest of the week and the weekend, because our Signum Oracle is coming, the first Oracle on Pulsechain OMG, because it's going to open up a lot of opportunity there. That is going to be fantastic. So that is coming up, and I'm going to have an interview with the founder, Stu. But this is going to be rolled out soon. People will be able to become Oracle reporters. You'll need a dedicated computer to do it. It has to pretty much run 24/7. It's a bit like a validator on Pulsechain. But man, you might get some lucrative tips there. I know Randy Alaski, the big influencer in the Pulsechain community, was going to be running as a computer for that. Yeah, there's going to be some definitely decent interest. This is going to open up a whole new world for developers on Pulsechain, a bit like Chainlink on Ethereum. We're going to have our own Oracle finally, a Signum Oracle here on Pulsechain. Of course, the Liquid Loans Fetch Oracle did not come to market, but now we've got Signum Oracle from Stu and his team. So very excited about this, and we will have an interview coming up this week. This is locked and loaded. This is no longer 2 more weeks. This is going to be live, and of course, it's going to open up some big projects. One of those big projects, of course, is going to be ALGO, PUSD ALGO, the first algorithmic stablecoin on Pulsechain. Terra Luna done right, as we say. And of course, yeah, there's speculative pigs stable coins out there, but they're not even $1. They're not even close to $1. They need like 100, 200x to get to $1. But this one here will be pegged at $1 algorithmic. We've seen it on a test net a year ago. This is going to complete Jacob's portfolio because he's got the #1 GameFi with Mafia game, #1 Metaverse with Mafia game, #1 NFT market with Mafia game. But now he's going to have the full DeFi suite with PUSD ALGO having a stable coin, the first algorithmic stable coin pegged to $1, run by full DeFi. This is a innovative world first solution with stability bots, and that's going to be powerful. And of course, he is the best peer-to-peer dev in the world, so we're excited about that. But if you want to get part of this, you do need to be patient. Once the Signum Oracle comes out and it's running as expected, we're going to get an updated plan from PUSD ALGO from Jacob. In fact, he just put the thumb on it, liked up a post I did on Telegram today. So very excited about that. So if you want to participate in this, 19%. Now remember, the capital that's raised in here will be up to 75% will be used in the protocol day one. So the money's not sitting idle. It's going to be used and applied to making real DeFi work on Pulsechain, PUSD ALGO. It's going to have a V3 DEX as well. Arguably, it could be the second biggest DEX, but when it's all said and done on the Pulsechain, so it's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, stablecoin, first algorithmic stablecoin, Terra Luna done right, as I say, full DeFi solution, no humans involved, no bad tokenomics, and yeah, it's going to be fun to see that. So once again, you can get 2 bonuses. The first one is the referral bonus. The link's in the video description for that, 19%. All you have to do is connect your wallet and send your allocation to this sacrifice wallet here. And of course, then you will also, if you get to $1,000 inclusive of the referral bonus, you get access to the second bonus, what they call bonus X, up to 2x, right? So up to 2x there. And that's pretty easy. Now you can use any accepted tokens on Pulsechain or Ethereum, and there's a list here. And that's how easy it is. Connect your wallet, decide which tokens you want to send, and then send it to this address here. And that's it. And then you'll get credited as well. And will get, for every $1 that you sacrifice, including the referral bonus and the bonus X, you'll get 20 ALGO, 200 Flex, and 0.01 wrap PUSD. Now, ALGO means algorithmic. It's the main token for the platform. Flex is the reward token. So whenever you're doing anything on this platform, whether it's providing a liquidity for the stability miner, whether it's staking or whatever, you're going to earn flex tokens, right? So it's a reward token there, and you get a little bit of wrap PUSD as well, which is a reward token for providing, I think it's liquidity as well. So pretty neat there. All right, so that is where we are at the moment. Get in on that one. Links in the video description. If you want more details, check out the docs there, and also watch the videos that I've got on this channel from about a year ago with Jacob the dev. So we've got a whole series. I've got like 8 or 9 videos, real short ones that you can watch and get up to speed on the whole UI here. We are expecting a refresh and maybe a few little minor tokenomic changes, but apart from that, we'll get an updated plan after Signum Oracle operates as expected. Very, very exciting. Remember, Signum Oracle is going to provide price data, non-price data, and tools like RNG tools. That's what we're kind of expecting. I'm not sure the ramp up of that, but that's what we're expecting. It's going live at least very soon, and I mean soon, this week for sure. 100% locked down and loaded. So it's going to be fun, and I will interview Stu, the dev there. All right, so that's pretty cool. That's going to lead us into TitanX. Before we get into that, though, we've got a few more comments. Let's go to Brian. Brian says, some ran good accounting on a stake of mine that was bleeding out on Pulsechain. I was a few weeks later on. Well, it's pretty nice of people to do that. It's pretty, really nice. What else? Yeah, Wookie says, show looks good. Super. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is the interim setup. So I'm using a new software, EVMux, and I'm just testing it out. I have used this a long time ago. It was a little bit buggy back then, but it's looking much better. It seems to be pretty stable at the moment. Now, I'm not sure whether I have any, if I have too much animations, whether that will be an issue. But so far, it seems to be working okay. No one's really complaining, so it's good, kind of good. This is not the final format that I'll be using, but this is definitely a nice little setup, sort of intermediate step, just to make sure it's all running nice and smooth with our new format, which is kind of nice. Brian says, I like the new look. Also, good colors. Got to get rid of their logo though soon. Yeah. Well, that's because I'm just testing it there, Brian. That's what I said. I'm testing it. So once I, take it up, then take the pro version, the EVM logo will disappear, which is pretty cool. All right, tough crowd today. we got to get in. We got to get in. All right. So let's move on there. Let's get into it. So this is TitanX. So TitanX is obviously still trying to find the bottom in the market and hasn't been helped by this pullback in the crypto markets. Right. So the Bitcoin and Ethereum has not helped TitanX ecosystem find the bottom. Now, as I said to you guys, all the buy and burns have essentially turned off, and they have been for a long time now. So it wasn't just recent market conditions. So yeah, what was it Wookie said? Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, that's right. 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. No. It'll be tomorrow, Brian. It'll be tomorrow. It's going to look very different by the time I get to the final format. This is just intermediate to set it up. But I like the colors. All right, so we got the bottom out today on the US price. We went down, can you believe it? The 1736 on the price there. So we're pretty much touch base. So back here, this is the journey of TitanX. So on the 4th of August, we had this big 10x rally. Mad gains were made, and it was counterintuitive rally. And then we ended up having the theme of hyperdeflation, and the market sold off. How about that? So bullish theme, hyperdeflation. Now, hyperdeflation, there was definitely deflation happening, but not enough to keep the market up for sure. And then we ended up coming all the way back to where we started. How about that? All the way back. We came all the way back. Now, I thought we might come like 85%, 80% back. We stuck here at 3,000. It seemed like, 82, 83% there, pullback. But no, we've come all the way back down to 1753. Not helped by the market, of course. That's how we go there. So we had a big account here just when we pivoted. One big account took us down, and after that, it just kept going down. And then we had bad market news, and it kept going down. There is Ethereum there. That's what happens, right? People risk off, right? They risk off. And there we go. So what's wave 3 going to be? We're going to get wave 3 eventually. It's going to be absolutely glorious because all the buy and burns are turned off. As I said to you, the buy and burns are like 80% or so, maybe even higher now of the value with the price down, even higher, 80% or so of the value of the liquid supply. So that's huge. That's buying burning power. That's going to make this quite amazing. Even as price goes up, it's going to get a hyper rally. So TitanX, just everyone's waiting for that buy and burn to go on. But I suggest to you the buy and burn won't go on until we get better market conditions and also the roadmap. Now, I'm not sure whether any of, in particular, the buy and burns, whether it's TitanX or DragonX. I don't think we're going to see TitanX for some time, the V1, but we could get DragonX, Hydra, and other things moving. Maybe we'll get TitanX V1 turn on for a little bit. It's hard to say. But at the moment, it's kind of the same idea with Pulsechain with the Magic Upride. That ETH is down 33%. You're not going to use that ETH, are you? Well, ETH is down that long. That's don't expect those to be used until we get some market appreciation, until we get that riper rally. Now, with this volatility at the moment, I'm expecting us to get a pretty strong rally moving forward in crypto, as well as on Pulsechain and TitanX. So that narrative is not lost at all. I think it's going to be more violent to the upside. And of course, let's see whether it happens in March, April at this stage. Now, Hydra there, all turned off. So everything is down, but it's definitely dampened down. So we're not getting the big 10% downs now. They're only pretty much flat almost on TitanX. But of course, it's come down pretty brutal. We're back at 85.50 ETH. So let's have a look at the ratio to ETH, actually, because that's the one I want to look at in particular. So let's have a look at that. So that was the US dollar price, but ETH price, we bounced down here to 67.85. So we haven't, we're not fully down at the lows. So the low got down to 4,700. We're 2x that at the moment, and we still do have a higher low on the ETH versus where we were last time. But yeah, man, we bounced up here at 1,600, and that got rejected and back down. We've gone all the way down to 10 zeros, 6,900. We're now 10 zeros, 85.50, bouncing off that. And that's kind of that weekly candle there. It's kind of bullish. So let's see if we can bounce off here, start getting up into that 3x. But it's been brutal. Let's not lie about it. That's been pretty brutal, and the community's been pretty brutal. But like I say, all the buy and burns are turned off. The roadmap is about to be rolled out on OmniChain. So the fundamentals are still in place, right? Still in place there. Just unfortunately, the TA cycle is not your friend at the moment with the big sell-off. X28 there is dropped down to 0.86 TitanX. This is dramatic. I think this is probably one of the most dramatic stories at the moment, is the breakdown of X28 to TitanX. And man, that ratio has been pretty unbelievable. Now, we didn't know exactly where it was going to go. We could have had a premium, but now we're at a massive discount. So X28 there is, and it bounced down real low, down to 68. Man, oh man, that's terrible. So X28 there, worth down a third discount to TitanX. So if you had X28, that's not very good for you, but it's bounced back to 86 at the moment. So we'll see where that goes Remember, it was running at a slight premium for ages, and then we get Omnichain launched and it gets discounted. How about that? Because why? I don't. Because I guess there was not enough activity on X28, and also with Omnichain base, the only protocol that we have over there at the moment is the Uranus project, and that was doing pretty well yesterday. That's finally been sold down. The ratio is slightly below 1-to-1 mint at the moment. So that is where we are at the moment. Good little pickup price though, if you're looking for that at the moment. So you can see the chart. We have definitely broken down in price. We're down to 1661. We had a peak here of 605,000. So now we're down at 1661. So it's quite a decrease in value there from US dollar price. In fact, we can take a look at that. That is a decrease of 67%, which is pretty dramatic, right? Just on a new project. Now we'll look at the daily. That's the 4-hourly chart. Looking at the daily, that is where we are at the moment. I'm not sure if to reset this. Is it reset? Oh, it says it resets. So that is the chart there. So not looking too friendly on the US dollar price, down 67%. Let's look at the X28 ratio though. That was actually holding up really well last night. You can see last night we were around about 1.26. So that's actually really good. But now we're down at 0.97. So that sell-off has been, just brutal again. Now, I'm not sure if that's a whale. I haven't analyzed that. I know that this red candle here was 2 whales that sold out of Uranus there on base chain. But this one here, this is probably another whale, I guess. I'll have to have a look. We had 18 whales, and after these 2 whales sold out, we went down to 16. And then this may be another one. Maybe a big shark or something. I don't know. But looks like it's most likely a whale in there, is my guess. But 0.97 at the moment. Let's see. Good little entry here to pick up a lot of Uranus tokens. And remember, there's a 12% tax, 10% reflections. And it's kind of a bit like the PGC on steroids. We're going to see how that goes. Still got to get volume through it, though. Still got to get volume through it to, tick over there as well. All right, so that's Uranus there on base chain, the first Omnichain project for TitanX. Let's have a look at some of the others here. We do have some green candles. We have Helios up 21%. We have Volt up 13%. And of course, I told you Volt is very, very good. Volt's got a buy and burn of about 650,000 Volt being burned 2 days ago. That may be a bit volatile, but it's around that mark. But it's also got the big roadmap, right? Thunderbolt staking, Ouroboros collateral. Those are both imminent. And then we've also got I'd say Thunderbolt's imminent. It's all ready to go. Just timing from Stevie D, and then Ouroboros offer for collateral has been given by the founder, Super Shadowy, and then of course we've got Bitcoin Genie, which I'm hyper bullish about, full on frontier DeFi 3.0 tokenomics, and looking forward to that. That's up 13.5%. It's a nice little Volt move there today. And Volt's probably going to have the second day in the sun, so it's going to have a big rally in the future, I'm sure. It may be more incremental than we saw the first time. It was lucky it got picked up by the market, and so really hyper rallied on Volt because it was like 5 million day volumes. So they'll probably just staircase its back way up this time, but looking forward to that being very, very bullish and big support of that. So that's pretty cool. Now we know Helios is going over to base chain, so that's going to be going over there too. Omni chains, in other words, the supply is going to stay over on Ethereum. Also true is Element 369, Element 280, Element 369 are all going over, and they're going to be paired up with Element 280, and that's going to be paired up with Uranus there on base chain. So they're all going over, and that's going to increase the volumes and therefore increase the likelihood that you'll get some MEV bot activity, and therefore that will increase the taxes and revenue earning by Uranus holders. So that's kind of the idea. That's the theory. Let's see how it plays out over there. And looking not too bad. The other one we're going to look at is, of course, Inferno is going to Omnichain. We found that out yesterday from Crypto Utah, who was in the chat. So that's going there. That's pretty flat at the moment, 2.33%. Remember, the biggest buy and burns in TitanX, 55% on TitanX. We've got 45% on Volt. We got 55% on Inferno. Where did Inferno go? 55% on Inferno up here. And then we had 55% on, what was the other one there? Was it Viper? Yeah, Viper, I think 55%. So those are the biggest burners that have burnt. They've over 55% of their supply. So some interesting stuff happening there. Now, what else we're going to say? I think that was it on there. Hydra, the minting is going to be over. Hydra minting's over on Friday, as I remember. So today, I think tomorrow's the biggest mint day. and then we've got 2 more days, and then it's pretty much over. So hydro minting's over. What are we going to see happen there? It's 0.09% ratio of the DragonX at the moment. I think we're going to get some action on there. Now, it doesn't already necessarily happen exactly when the minting finishes. Could be a couple of days later or something like that. But expecting some big things for Hydra, and the buy and burn's been turned off as well, right? So when I say turned off, down, pretty much so low that it's turned off, so that's pretty interesting too. And that was from Eric's direction, as I understand it, from DragonX to Jake from TitanX, right, who runs that project. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Now I'm expecting something on the 28th of February. It just feels like the 8th is what Jake likes, and I think we're going to get something happening there. Just have a feeling about that. Could be wrong, but I have a feeling about that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Morpheus, we're expecting more, maybe more dexes to go over to base and Pulsechain from Morpheus, from Brandon. So we're expecting that. That's flat today. And what else are we going to say? Baby Dragon X, of course, is going over with Element as well. It's going to be paired up with Element over to base chain, and also that's pretty bullish. So we're going to about 4 tokens at least going over to base chain. They're going to be paired up with Element 280 over on base, and that's going to be Omni Chain. And then, of course, paired up with Uranus there, the first token to launch, which could be a supercharged PGC. We'll see. Sometimes they have a little bit of an interesting start before they really start ramping up. What else we got going there? I think that was it from V3. Yeah, Tink Farms, we're expecting that to go over to base and maybe Pulsechain as well there, and that's going to be really bullish too. So excited about that. And of course, we've got this project, YVNX, launching in 3 days and 10 hours. That's going to benefit directly the Tink Farms, which will be really cool. That's in addition to the other project, Bonfire, which already benefits Tink to some degree. But the more successful it is, the more benefits Tink Farm, right? So we'll see how that goes. And where are we going to wrap up here? Where we got more? Yeah, Ouroboros. Ouroboros been doing very well, right? Ouroboros there doing pretty well. Let's go see how much capital is collateralized on there. With the markets being down, take them into account. But it looks like they've calmed down a little bit there on the old TitanX. You can see some decent returns on some of them. And pretty much the majors there, like TitanX, flatlining at the moment. So we'll have a quick look and see what the results are of Ouroboros today. All right, pretty fun. There's always some light at the end of the tunnel. So let's have a look here. We've got collateral at 1.4 million. Yay! So that is definitely up from yesterday from memory. I think we were at 1.3, so 1.43. So cool to see that. TitanX, of course, price flat there. And what did we say about DragonX? Did we say DragonX is okay? Let's have a look at those two. DragonX, yeah. Well, they're both down 3%, 2%, but not big decreases like 10, 15, 20%. So 1.4 million. How much TitanX in there? 4.29 trillion. That's gone up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's pretty cool. And DragonX at 365 billion. I can't remember what it was yesterday. That looks like it's gone up as well. So very successful. And of course, you guys know that the collateral is going to add more collateral, right? So we've got TitanX and DragonX. And this is on a down market. This is on the bottom of wave 2 on TitanX. So you can imagine what it's going to look like on the upwards to wave 3. And we know it's going to happen because of the roadmaps coming, rolling out. They've got some really cool stuff coming across the board. And also the buy and burns are all turned off, and they're like 80% or something of the value, right? So let's go have a look at the actual buy and burn just on TitanX to see where that is. So it was about 79% yesterday, 2 days ago or something. So we're sitting at 66.2 trillion liquid TitanX, which is 14.1 million. Remember that number, 14.1 million. And the buy and burn on V1 is 11.1. So how about that? 11.1 million in the buy and burn. It's basically like a big collateral back DAO. It's a bit like Ouroboros without the stablecoin. So that's pretty crazy. We've got 11.1 divided, 14.1. 14.1. That is 79%. So what I said yesterday, the other 2 days ago. Pretty awesome, eh? And that doesn't include DragonX, which has got another 2.5 million in it. It doesn't include Hydra and Hyper, which have got millions of dollars in them as well from the buy and burns. So yeah, they'll turn them on at the right time there. So yeah, brutal at the moment. But we found the bottom now. Is it going to be the bottom? Well, maybe if Nvidia doesn't sell off and the crypto market doesn't continue to drag down, if we get some good results towards the Thursday, Friday this week, then could be a green weekend instead. So we might finish Friday off a bit better too, if we can get a good 28th of February and maybe not have such a bad month. So we'll see what happens here. We might get some big green candles too. Typically, we get a bit of a sell-off shakeout, and then we get some violent move to the upside, right? So see if that scenario plays out there. All right, so not bad, not bad. So we're up to 45 minutes on the live stream. How are we getting on? We've got a few more people in there. Yeah, good to see you. If you haven't subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff here on the Kryptonite Show. And of course, if you guys have been seeing, we are broadening out our coverage into politics, economics, sports, as well, of course, as our daily crypto show as well. So hope you guys are enjoying it. The other thing, of course, we're back streaming on Superman Crypto today. So I have only been streaming last week on Hex Token channel, what was formerly Hex Token. Hex Token has now been rebranded to the Kryptonite Show. Superman Crypto is still out there. That's our specialized crypto show. And so we're streaming back on there. And probably tomorrow we'll be streaming back on Pulsechain as well. Pulsechain X, I should say. So that's about 10,500 to 11,000 subscribers across those three channels. So we'll be definitely getting back up to that. And a big welcome to everybody as part of that community. So yeah, not too bad. So good to see Superman Crypto back up again. And tomorrow we'll probably have the final format, which will be probably quite different to the way this looks today. But yeah, it's going to be still very, very fun. We'll probably keep some of the elements, but that's kind of where we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to, if you want to get into PUSD ALGO, sacrifice / contribution. I call it a contribution because up to 75% of the funds are going to go straight into the platform day one. And of course, that may very well be integrated with Marfa. We'll see what Jacob comes up with as updated plans after the Signum Oracle is up and running. And that is only, I tell you that is only within a few days away, a very few days. It is very soon / imminent on the Signum Oracle. That is coming up there. And if you've got dedicated computer, you want to run that and be an Oracle reporter for Pulsechain through Signum, that opportunity is about to come to you. I know Randy Alasky is looking at it. Yeah, it could be another form of earning income there. Sometimes it's kind of cool to have capital just sitting away as a Pulsechain validator, as a Signum Oracle coming up, new opportunities on Pulsechain to make earnings there. And it's cool, nice to have those sitting in the background if you can do it. And meanwhile, you can do the rest of your crypto stuff. It's kind of a cool strategy there. Hashtag winning. All right, take care, everybody. That's the Kryptonite Show, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care and bye.